guys. Um, I haven't had much going on lately. We've had some things happening, but not a lot to film. I mean, I'm sure you're tired of seeing the lake, the fish jump in, the cows. The cows just aren't leaving, just like the rain all summer long. I did take over another campground. I started day before yesterday, and it's a couple that had to leave, and it's one of the bigger campgrounds here. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I only wanted to get in his crate. Um, and I went over there to start the day before yesterday, and I knew the wife had some medical issues with her back, so she hasn't been able to do much, and I knew that, just found out that her husband had, I think, hurt his ribs because he had to carry her, and so I went into, there's two bathrooms there, and the campground is separated, like a higher part, and then there's a long road, and there's another part, a lower part. So I went into the first area, where you first pull in off the road, and let me tell you, those bathrooms were disgusting. They don't look like they've been cleaned for a month or more. I felt like I had to shower, disinfect, throw my clothes away, and burn my boots. And I came back, I took pictures, and I showed my bosses, and I was livid. I was absolutely livid. And I don't really get mad, because to me, anger is a wasted emotion, but I was this angry at him. If he had problems where he could not do his job, then he should have said something to the boss. And I would have stepped up and not asked to be paid, but I would have taken over those bathrooms for him. Because our main goal at the end of the day, after we have a clean and safe environment and in our campgrounds, is to have a repeat guest. Um, that's what our job is to keep a clean, healthy environment for our campers. So they'll return. They'll tell their friends and families, and we'll have those people come and camp too. So I wasn't going to take the campground. It's an extra $450 a month for the end of the season. And I could use that. To some people, it's not a lot of money. To me, it is. So I had gone to Junction that day and went to visit my daughter and son, because it was my older son's 15th passing, him and his pregnant wife. So I went to have dinner with them and cheer Corey with a can of Coors. So when I came back, the maintenance man was checking a couple campers in, and he had cleaned the bathrooms. And I was so grateful, because he has the new truck, the work truck that he has a huge water tank on it with a garden hose. So he had a sprayer, and that's what it needed, because I didn't even have the tools to do this. There was no way. I mean, there was feces on the pit toilet inside on the tube that I couldn't have cleaned off, and I wasn't going to. To me, this is a biohazard, and feces causes disease. Hep C, Hep A, norovirus, rotavirus, E. coli. That's how filthy this bathroom was. So everything in it was contaminated. But Sean, luckily, the great guy that he is, this man, not young, he's my age, he steps up and, and he just crawled under my ring light, weirdo. This guy just steps up and does his job. And he didn't even have to do that, but he had the tools to do it. And I so appreciate it, and I apologized to him for having to do it, and thanked him immensely for doing that. So I decided to stay and take over that campground. Let me fix my light. So I went yesterday. I just checked a few people in, and the couple's leaving today. Hopefully she's supposed to have surgery on her back, and hopefully it fixes whatever's wrong with her, and that her husband heals. But I guess the point of this is, if you have a job like this, or any job, and you physically can't do what you're supposed to do, speak up. Say something. Don't just leave it, because to me, that was wrong on every level. People are paying good money to come up here, and it's a long trip up this mountain. Don't behave that way. Just say something. Somebody will step up. I'm not going to think bad about you that you can't do your job, but we'll do it for you. Just say something. Don't leave your job in such a state that we have to clean up after you. And when I went to get my golf cart over there and, put my supplies in it and stuff, I asked him, because it was still full of his things. And I said, hey, are these yours? He says, yeah. I'm like, well, you're going to take them out? Well, he stood there and watched me empty his cart and empty his wagon. And I asked him if he could lift the mop bucket out, because it was full of dirty water. I guess the only bathroom he'd really been cleaning was the one by them where they were camping. and that one wasn't in much better shape. I mean, it was better. I would have used it if I had to, but if you're hurt, I'm sorry, you know, but I'm hurt too. I have physical limitations, but he just stood there watching me clean up his mess and empty his car. It just, But anyway, so there's Tales of a Camphost. Well, I finally made it back down to Grand Junction to see my daughter. Today's the 15th anniversary of my oldest son's accident and his pregnant wife who perished in a head-on collision. So I came down to have dinner with my daughter, who shares a birthday with her brother, New Year's Day. They were 4 years apart. But here's an update on her fish pond. Look at these huge plants. I have a couple of videos way back of when the season first started. She's got lily pads and the flowers are growing. And here's a fish. It's so cute. Here's Owen. Owen, you want to see the fish? Come here, buddy. Come here. Let me lift you up. Look. Look, there's... Oh, he got down. Hey, these plants are pretty cool. I like these things. I don't know what they are. Her fish are getting so big. I'll have to ask her. She had a fish nursery down in her son's room all winter long. She had about, 60 babies, and it says only about 28 live or something like that, and it was exactly the same number as the website said. I'll have to ask her if she ended up putting them in here yet. Isn't this pretty? It looks fake. In person it looks so plastic. That's pretty cool. And this is her yard. When she bought the house, it came landscaped. The grass is so pretty. And she has this cool fire pit here. And a heater. They used to have a hot tub there, right there. But they sold it. It came with the house. What's cool, and this fish pond was here too. And they just had to redo the top part, which warped. Because it fell apart. But they rebuilt it. And it's pretty cool. Owen was having fun running around. He was only here once when I first got him, just for a few minutes. I took a shower, which I just took a shower now, which felt so good. But him and Ellie were out here earlier running around, and he's getting used to I can't say used to. He did the stairs really well, and my grandson came out of his room and freaked Owen out. He's not really been in the house before, so all the new smells and noises, he's got to get used to. Because I don't get down here enough. This is the first time I've gotten down here since I picked Owen up, June 1st. So July, August, September, yeah, almost 2 months ago. It's the last time I was here. I have a cat buried right over there. My cat Lily. She was a lilac Siamese. And she died the morning of my birthday in October. And then that Christmas is when the kids bought me Gideon, the cat I have now. He'll be 8 years old in October. Owen has an issue though. He doesn't pee unless he's on his leash that's attached to my trailer. He very rarely pees anywhere else, so I'm hoping that he pees right now and so we can go back in. But it's a beautiful day here. It's 90 degrees. It's hot, and I think I left. It was 60 something. It was getting hot up at the campground. This is one of her beautiful aspens. Well, the only one. Oh, I don't know if you guys, the ones that have been following me when I was here back in May, she has a hummingbird that this is the 3rd season that it's been back. And there's its nest. And it had babies when I was here in June. Apparently they've already flown away. But I think that's so cool that it comes back every year. Hey guys, look at this mushroom I just found. It's black and curly, with white trim. It's really pretty. What we have here? They think they're coming in my campground today, and they are sadly mistaken. Get! Go on! Get! Go on, get! Keep moving. Look, I'm a cow wrestler now. Go on! Look how well they listen. Go on, you two. Get. 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 Go on.